Okay. So tonight I'm joined live, that's right, live, by my good friend from Turning Point, Jack Ross, and one of his friends as well, who he's going to introduce in a few moments. They are actually live, that's right, at the actual event with Trump. And of course, we've been watching it here on our news. Of course, the BBC being very biased as they are, and Sky News towards Trump, giving Biden all the credit. But the reality is, we know the only good thing that can happen for the people of the United Kingdom is that Trump wins. So joining me now is live, actually, from Arizona. They're in Phoenix, Arizona, I believe. Jack, is that right?
Yes, yeah, we're in Phoenix at the moment. This is, I believe, the last Trump rally in Arizona, and it's vital, actually, that Trump maintains Arizona, because the Democrats, for some reason, think they're going to take it, despite it being really a Republican safe seat. So we've come here just to sort of show support with Trump and try and report back to people such as yourself and your audience and show them the realities of the Trump rally. Like, you don't see this on the BBC. Like, if you look sort of around there, it's just full of people, thousands and thousands of people. We had to take a bus and park in a different location to come here. But again, the BBC is not showing you that sort of content at all. So we're really just here to try and set the narrative right and show the support for Trump on the ground.
Well, Jack, thank you so much for bringing this, because obviously you know what the press is like over here. We don't get the full story. And obviously, you know, what we're seeing, as I've witnessed and seen, I know that there's quite a few UK supporters of Trump over there at the moment. You've been broadcasting some of that today. You know, it's important, obviously, for a whole number of reasons why Trump should win. We know that Biden would be bad for the United Kingdom. A relationship with him would not be good for the UK. Is that right?
Yeah, so basically, Biden is a concern for the UK. Under the Obama administration, where Biden was a VP, they started multiple wars in the Middle East, caused massive conflicts and leveled countries like Syria. Again, Trump is the only president who's not started a war in his first term in modern US history. And that's great for the UK. Again, we don't want to be dragged into any wars. Likewise, when Obama was in, Britain was put to the back of the queue, where Trump's extended the hand of friendship and said Britain should come to the front. And Biden's already said, if we build a wall between Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland and infringe on the Good Friday Agreement, that America will put sanctions on the UK.
Jack, because you've got your friend there who's from the US, I gather. What's the kind of feeling and the passion on the ground? Maybe your friend can tell us. What are Americans really feeling right now? You know, this is a crucial election for a whole range of reasons. But what is the feeling on the ground in the US there right now? It's all kicking off
right
there.
Now, so right now, as we see it, Trump is going to win this election really big. He has the most support in this country out of all the candidates that were on the field, compared to the Democrat candidates this year, compared to Biden right now. The ground game that the president has is unparalleled, while Joe Biden virtually has no ground game. I mean, there's no energy for Joe Biden. Even the Democrats are just voting for him because they're voting against Trump. They don't even really care about Biden. I mean, you don't win elections by getting votes against the other person. You win elections by getting votes for the message that you're trying to advocate for.
So thank you very much, Josh, for sharing that. I just wondered, you know, here in the UK, we get a slightly biased media, to be fair to say, more than slightly biased. I mean, you know, what is the press like in the US? We know Fox News and CNN can be quite sometimes, you know, the fake news brigade. But, you know, isn't Trump up against the media as well as the electorate there in the USA?
Well, we definitely have the problem of fake news media in our country. They are one and the same when it comes to calling out the deep state. They are in the same group with the corrupt politicians, with the corrupt Hollywood figures. They're all on the same team, and they're trying to do everything in their power to undermine the president and his agenda, because they know that if the deep state, the swamp, falls apart, they fall apart with them, because they are on the same team. And that's why they're doing everything in their power to spread as much misinformation about the president and conservatism as possible, including trying to make it look like we don't have a movement, which is actually the opposite. The truth is the opposite.
Well, you see it in the angles as well. When they're at the rallies, they never show the size of the crowd. Like, Biden pulls maybe 100 people maximum. And again, look at this sort of crowd here. This is just the people queuing up on the outside.
Guys. And these are people
queuing up. This is the queue for the queue, Richard.
And this is live in Phoenix, Arizona.
In Arizona.
Wow.
So it's just incredible to see the turnout. We've been bussed in from a second location. That's how many people are. It's like something at Twickenham or Wembley. You know, that's the sort of size of the crowd we're talking about here. And there's nothing like that on the other side. So I don't know where they're claiming all this support is coming from, but I would be very surprised if Trump doesn't win this.
Well, I'll be shocked as well. Guys, thank you so much for taking some time. Jack from Turning Point and your friend Josh, for just taking the time to come on Rich Politics to just update us live there in Phoenix, Arizona on the Trump campaign And let's hope, fingers crossed, for me personally, I want Trump to win for a whole range of reasons, but mainly because we'll have the lefties having a complete meltdown when he does.
100%.
That is the most exciting thing for me, just to watch them on Twitter and every form of social media you can imagine. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it. And thumbs up for a Trump win.
Trump
Thank you,
2020.
100%.
Cheers, guys. Take care now.